Welcome back, everyone. It is 7:13. All right. Parents, listen up. How often do you maybe talk to your kids about money, right? April, if you didn't know, is Financial Literacy Awareness Month. So we want to, of course, raise smart savers.
So it's the topic for our latest On Your Side podcast. Susan here with a big preview. Good morning.
This is a really fun conversation for me and for Gary because he has the older kids, right? They're out of the house. They're in their 20s. So he was having fun kind of thinking back.
Still amazing that you just said that they're that old.
I know. And I have the kiddos who are younger and we're just starting. So we had a lot of fun and we covered a ton of ground in this. We talked about introducing those basic financial concepts to little ones and how to get teens involved in those bigger household decisions.
We earn, we save, we spend. But how much of that work are we sharing with our kids?
I dedicated my life to financial literacy in 1992 when my own son went off to ASU and got into credit card debt.
Sharon Lechter is a New York Times bestselling author and our guest on the On Your Side podcast. She says it's important to start that conversation about money and keep it going, even in the little everyday moments.
When you're at a fast food restaurant, say the owner's not here because he has other people running it. The styrofoam container your hamburger's in was made by a different company than the one who makes the straws. Just talking about the world of money opens their eyes to the world of business and the things that are there, and let them start participating in understanding how much things cost, and let them figure out a way to earn what they want.
For the bigger kids, for the kids who are preteens, teenagers, how do you bring them into the family conversation without making them either worried about money or overconfident about money?
There's so many tools today that weren't available 10 years ago, and that is you can get a debit card that has a certain amount of money, and the kids, when they run out, and they have to experience the fact that no, they can't go to the movie with their friends this weekend because they don't have the money left. Part of it is, as parents, we need to be mentors, not enablers.
So there is a QR code on your screen right now that will take you right to our podcast, where we also chat about the push right now in our state legislature to require financial literacy curriculum in our schools. Sharon's a big part of trying to help push that. She's saying we're learning so much about so many different subjects. This is the one that will carry through every single decision 100%. Throughout life. So we want to remind people you can get the On Your Side podcast on any of these platforms, including our AZ Family YouTube page. I had fun during this conversation realizing that the terminology really matters. We were talking about teaching my son how to spend his own money, his quarters that he had earned, and we were talking about quarters. He's like, "Mom, why don't you pay with quarters?" I was like, "You're right, I pay with a debit card." So we had to talk about the actual value of physical money compared to mom's money is in a bank. And he's like, "What's a bank?" You know, because I've never walked into a bank with him. So we had to have that conversation. There are so many little things that you have to just start with the very basics and kind of ramp up.
Well, especially this day and age, kids are used to, what do you mean? I just do this and I pay for it. Well, where does that come from? Like,
what is behind that scam?
Yeah, your phone doesn't have all this money in it.
Gosh, I wish it did, though. Wouldn't that be better?
That would be nice. All right, I can't wait to listen to this podcast. Thank you so much, Susan.